Welcome to Executive Access, your home for real talk with industry leaders. I am your host, Jamie Tazi. Today, I'm talking about something I call transparency beats perfection. Early in my leadership journey, I used to worry about being the leader that had all of the answers. I used to think that if things were ambiguous in our business, that people would be nervous or they'd be frustrated, or worse yet, they would think that I might not be the right leader for them. Yet I learned that people don't need perfection or the illusion of perfection. They really want transparency. They really want to know that you get it as a leader. You get where they're coming from. You get the challenges that they have, and that you can help them move on to a better place. You know, people are infinitely more resilient than my overbearing early leadership style gave them credit for. What they really need to know is that, as I call it, the radio is working. To explain this analogy of the radio is working, I have to take you back many years to when I was earlier in my leadership journey at Microsoft. I was leading a phenomenal team at the time, but our business was really challenged. It was a tough time for us. We were an incubation business. Our product was not maybe as fully baked as we would have liked to have seen it. We were struggling competitively, and there were a lot of systems and processes that weren't quite yet figured out. Our team was struggling. So it was a Saturday night. I was watching a movie with my husband, some war movie, and there was a platoon behind some rocks. They were pinned down. They were getting shot at from above. And the radio man came over, and the platoon leader was speaking into the radio, and they heard their orders: get out from behind where you are and go take that hill over there. Well, the platoon leader said back into the radio, "I'm not sure you understand our position. We are pinned down. We need reinforcements." And right at that moment, the radio died. So the leader of that platoon recognized that he had gotten clear orders, but what he didn't know is if his response had been received. And right in that moment, I felt every bit of that emotion. I turned to my husband and I was like, that's exactly how I feel. My team and I are out there. We're ready to follow orders. We're ready to try to take the hill. But does anybody up there understand how hard it is? Do they understand what we're going through? And are the reinforcements coming? Of course, my husband, Jeff, said to me at that time, "You need a vacation." And I agreed. But the point of it was, in that moment, I came up with a new strategy. I needed to make sure that my team understood that I was hearing what they were saying over the radio. I went back to my business that next Monday. We had an all-hands team call, and I started a new practice that I called "The Radio is Working." I started off reminding the team how far we had come, all of the successes and celebrations, the great work that we were doing. But then I shifted and said, and you know what? Here are some things that I know aren't going so well right now. I'm hearing this from the team. I'm hearing this from you. These are the challenges that you faced. And then I ended with just a plan. You know what? This is how we're going to tackle these challenges together. And this is how we as a team are going to solve both the issues that are on the table and continue to be successful in our business in spite of those challenges as well. The response was overwhelming. And what I learned is that acknowledging these issues, the radio is working, it just let everybody have a big sigh of relief. You know, not only did it not erode confidence to speaking of these issues, it actually built confidence. The feedback I got was, Jamie, we weren't sure if you understood what we were going for. It feels so good that you actually do know. And now, even though we know the issues won't be resolved overnight, we know that we've got a plan, and we feel like we can now run through walls. You see, the issues are there, whether you as a leader acknowledge them or not. And a lot of times leaders don't want to acknowledge them because they think it brings them, too much out in the forefront. They're there. They're being talked about. When you as a leader bring those issues out into the light, it gives people clarity. It gives them that collective sigh of relief, and it enables the entire organization to start moving forward with both solving the issues and doing great work in spite of those issues. So what can you do if you want to practice your own version of "the radio is working"? First, make sure that your ear is to the ground so that you are truly hearing what your team is going through. You understand the issues that are happening at all levels within your organization. You might want to go back and listen to my episode number 10 called Every View Matters for a deeper dive on this. Next, remind the team of the powerful, amazing, positive things that are going on in your organization. You don't just want to bring up all the issues. You want that to be balanced. And finally, make sure you have a plan and a timeline to address the concern. Remember, the objective is not just to bring the concern into the light. It's actually to say, you know what? And this is how we're going to start addressing them over time as well, in a cool, calm way that says, as one of my clients, Tom, told me and likes to say, everything is figure-outable. So thank you for joining us today. Please drop a comment below. I would love to hear what you think about this message. And please subscribe to the Executive Access to receive content every week.